What's happening in the world of automation right now?
That's a big question. I wish I could answer that. I think it comes in layers, and I think we sometimes have the tendency of maybe only seeing the most exciting one from a technology perspective sometimes, but it feels like some of the other layers might be the ones that are missing the most right now, and I think I've been saying that for the last many years. If you ask me, at least, I think we're all fascinated by AI and AI-enabled robots and any kind that rhymes with AI or autonomous or whatever. And I am too. I think it's hard not to, whether it's a dog or a humanoid or whatever it is. I think the more realistic or more broken part of it is maybe that if you go out and see a shop floor, they are maybe not so much in need of humanoids right now. Well, definitely in need of humans. But it still feels like a conveyor or a palletizer is the more appropriate fit for a lot of these things to get things moving. I still feel it's the ongoing discussion of, is robots going to take the workforce out and blah, blah, blah. But I think that we're still at, no, it's not, the people aren't there, so it's not going to take a job that isn't occupied right now. But maybe we can move some of these guys to a different position where they feel more valued. And as we've been saying for 30 years, that the robot can do the dirty jobs and all those kinds of things. And I still feel that the backbone of what we're still need to push is that while we're developing humanoids and other things. But I do feel that we always have a tendency to see that shining thing in front of us.
A trial, you need to build in some time to play with
Yes,
it and get familiar
but
with
not
it.
endless.
Right,
and that's the
right.
thing. We have this terrible idea of either we say, did you make it on time? Or it's like a total hippie, we'll see, and maybe written in the stars. There is a middle ground, and the middle ground might be give the guy the time plus 20% and tell him that that's what he's getting and help him do that. We have seen many times that a big company have a division or a group that are very focused on changing automation team or whatever is advanced manufacturing team, whatever. But there is also a plant manager with responsibility day to day. That has to go hand in hand, and they need to give him the leeway to adopt this, but also help him like put on the new suit. And so leadership wise, I think there is daring. I think there's definitely daring, and maybe also a little bit of I'll ask for permission afterwards, which is a cultural difficult thing for some. I think there is a certain kind of firmness decision wise that needs to be there. It's like, this is what we do, and like it up. And you know, where I come from, we say you have to point with the whole hand. So literally be firm about this is the direction we're taking. You are all on board. Because I think changing things like this is hard if you're also wobbly.
Listening to you talk, it takes me right back to my career and my time on the shop floor, and not specifically with robots, but I remember buying capital equipment, and it's exactly like you described. The equipment manufacturer will spend most of the time educating one or two engineers, maybe a setup guy and a maintenance guy. And these guys then are the gods of that piece of equipment. But
Yes.
Nobody else knows what to do with it. I mean, they might have gone through some operator training, some basic stuff, but very, very basic. But those two people are the only ones that really know how to use that machine. And that is a huge problem. You are exactly right. And I've seen it play out time and time again. So that's a huge area of opportunity.
In any country, I guess, the majority of companies that need to adopt automation are not Ford size. They are 50 to 400 workers. But they're also the upstream suppliers, for example, to the automotive industry. Now, you're hoping that these guys will invest in environmentally great things, ESG and all that. You're hoping that they'll adapt future technologies as AI and whatever. You're even hoping they have a ERP system, and you're definitely hoping they'll bring on robots because that would give you, in many cases, a more robust production in terms of quality and so on. So we all know that. But the problem is the deal they can get with the guy they deliver to is a year at a time. And then bye-bye ROI again. Because if you can only invest a year or two, it isn't very many solutions that will have a payback of a year and a half.